Welcome to your new favorite band, the podcast brought to you by the LA Maybe. And now, your hosts, Dallas Dwight and Drizzle Silvera.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Driz here, and welcome to a new episode. I think we're episode 20-something of your new favorite band. And with me, as always, we got
Dallas Dwight. What's up? What if it was just... What if you said, with me as always, we have, and it cuts and it's just someone else for the first time ever. Yeah, this is episode.
Or just like an inanimate object.
Yeah, just like a broom with a wig.
Yeah.
Or one of those sex dolls. Oh, it just says Dallas.
We need one of those for the studio, yeah.
We need to actually replace the one. Yeah. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Yeah, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of your new favorite band. Thanks for the intro, Driz.
Dude, my pleasure. Seriously, I was so, receiving crazy amounts of pleasure doing that intro.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff going on in the camp lately.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff.
I feel like there's a lot of projects happening at once.
There are. We are skinning many cats many different ways.
And then also we're doing a lot of projects for the band.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
The cat skinning is frowned upon, so we don't usually talk about that too much.
I forgot that we weren't supposed to talk about that.
It's all right. It's all right. So we have the biggest thing happening in our world right now is this Dirty Damn Tricks Deluxe Edition, which I believe we're going to, for the first time, announce the release date. And I want to get this right for you, so give me 1 second.
He's doing his due diligence. Yeah.
It's just such a funny phrase, due diligence.
No, I said due diligence. Sorry, maybe you should put your headphones on.
We're on Driznet 1.0, I think, here, and it's going to take about 30 minutes to load, so I'll get back to you guys, but I believe it's August 26th.
That sounds probably about
right. It's whatever Friday is closest to August 26th, but I think it is August 26th. Oh, come on.
This is hilarious right now.
My calendar loaded 1 day of July so far. Awesome.
Yeah, there we go.
And I don't even mean the actual days with all the stuff on it, just the little calendar with all the little days, just 1 day.
Yeah.
Now July's loaded. There's a bug.
So I can do this really easily on my phone.
I could too, but you have multiple phones.
Yep. Yeah, dude. I got multi-phone going on
Sketch
here.
Boy McJones.
So the date will be the 26th. You are correct.
August 26th. Official.
Yeah.
Official release date. That's my radio job.
Empire.
One of those, you know.
Yeah.
Monster truck. That kind of thing. But August 26th, Dirty Damn Tricks Deluxe Edition. We have 6 new tracks. When I say new tracks, those are, acoustic versions, demos, and then we have 1 brand new song that you've never heard before. So that'll be on there as well.
Unless you've been to our live shows.
Unless you've been to our live shows or you live in the UK and you went to one of those shows as well. Because we played at every show over there, I think.
I'm pretty sure.
Except one.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, if you're at Call of the Wild, you're going to want to hear this because you missed it.
Yes.
But, yes, a lot of other people at Call of the Wild went to other shows and saw us there. It's good we played Call of the Wild early, actually, now that you think about it, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of those people saw us and were like, oh, we're going to go see him again, you know?
And they did. Yeah, it was so cool to see faces we'd seen there at
But if it was
venues.
at the end, we wouldn't have had that same reaction, I think. So it's actually worked out really nice. Shout out Raz. Thanks, buddy.
I'll second
have
that.
we talked about December 3rd on the podcast yet? It's been officially announced now.
I don't think we've talked about
Some
UK
stuff.
again and stuff like that, but we haven't.
So officially announced now, December 3rd, Winter Rocks Festival in Sheffield in the UK. We're coming back over there, and we'll be partying with the New Roses and tons of others. You can go check our Facebook page or go to Winter Rocks page or website or whatever. Get your tickets. Get ready to go. Get your hotels. It's going to be really fun. I know we're super excited.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And to see the New Roses again, they were really cool guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe it's a little too early to say for certain, but I believe we will have new music out for you guys while we're over there. So,
yeah,
UK European friends, you're going to get to celebrate with us. Everyone else, it's going to be out for you too, but It won't be, we won't have a release show over there yet, so we'll have to figure that out. We may release something even before we go over there, too, so we'll have a little release party here for that as well. Now, this is all outside of the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition is just a special thing we wanted to do for a variety of reasons. But one of the biggest reasons was that Goliath was a big part of that album as well, but he wasn't actually on the recordings of it, so we kind of are this was our solution to kind of get creative with it. So he'll be on all the new stuff, all 6 of the new ones, of course. And
everything going forward.
Yeah, and everything going forward. And then that's just to kind of keep the Dirty Damn Tricks name alive, because we didn't get as many shows and, all that stuff happened. So
yeah, all the COVID bullshit.
Pandemic, all that good stuff. So we're going to kind of punt a little bit down the road with that.
What'd you call me?
I called you a cunt. Now shut up.
At least put proper before it.
You're top cunt.
That's right.
Oh, thanks, man.
Dude, thanks, bro.
But yes, we're going to punt. Nailed it. A little bit down the road with Dirty Damn Tricks. And that'll bring us towards the end of the year when we'll have some new music for you guys. That's kind of the plan. And with that, working backwards, we have a lot of work to do and a lot of things to pay for. So if you guys want to sign up for VIP or you want to get some merch,
for sure,
please go do that because there's a lot of stuff going on.
And a big shout out to our VIP members who have already signed up. Thank you so much for supporting us.
We call them Vipers.
The Vipers, yes. And if you noticed in our merch store, there's a shirt with...
There's the Viper tee.
There's the Viper tee.
Yes.
We really tried to make that exclusive, and I think we've already talked about this briefly, but we were not able to, with our store, find a way.
We did the best we could.
We did the best we could, so... anyways, all the support really, really helps us. I'm sure everyone hurts at the gas pump, and this really is kind of like a shot of cash into the band arm, right?
Yeah. Every time we turn that van on, it's expensive these days. So.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling our big trailer and all that stuff.
I'll say this. Last fill-up I saw was $144.
Yeah. Yeah. Although any UK listeners aren't going to have any sympathy.
Yeah, probably not, but they don't have to travel as
like
far.
10 or 12.
They don't have to travel as far there.
And they typically have smaller cars in Europe and stuff. But anyway, so that's kind of what's going on for us. We're busy tracking. I was recording all day today. Recorded a bunch of acoustic guitar solos, and my fingers don't work anymore. So
no, seriously, they don't. I was privy to see this firsthand.
Yeah, they're black and shredded and blisters.
He comes over to do the podcast tonight, and I'm like, dude, I got this new piece of gear, and I finally did a capture with it, and I was like, check out the tones. He picks up the guitar, and he's like, oh, bending sucks. Just trying to go for it.
Because I'm doing,
and that's with 10s half step down.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad on that guitar. I could play electric all day. That doesn't hurt until I get to like the 8 or 9 hour mark. And that starts to be like, okay, my hands are getting tired. But acoustic, it does not take me long. Yeah. Especially if I'm soloing. I can strum chords for a couple hours before I start hurting, maybe an hour or so. But that's good. But solos, I had to track some solos today for the deluxe edition. And man, that just shreds my hands. Especially because I'm doing a few different takes. Yeah. Trying to find out what I like. Because I can't just do the exact same thing I did on the album. Because... one, I'd want to be a little creative with it, and two, it doesn't physically work with the acoustic guitar the same way. So,
well, not to mention, you want to kind of approach it with a different feel. I mean, if you're doing an acoustic track, you don't want to hear just like crazy shredding over it, right?
Yeah. Now, of course, anything I do is crazy shredding.
Yeah, I mean, no, but like the next level,
Right. Everything I do is the next level, right?
Going back to, you said you were the most humble. I'm really starting to think I'm the most humble, though.
No, out of the two of us, it's no question I'm the most humble for sure.
I mean, I have questions, though.
I have lots of questions.
I have tons of them.
And we're not taking questions at this time.
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of tracking.
We have. And writing and stuff. We have new ideas, new demos, all sorts of stuff going on for this second album. We have the title for the second album. We have the artwork for the second album.
Yeah.
We have...
and we're still talking about like how we're going to release that and do that, but we will definitely at least have a track or two that are going to be on that come out prior to the release. Kind of like we did with Dirty Damn Tricks.
Definitely, but that is our
most
plan
likely.
Right
That's
now.
the plan. That's
I'm
the plan.
Hoping
Right?
so.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm just sitting here thinking it's interesting how we work backwards in a lot of ways. Like artworks and names and stuff, that usually comes after everything's done.
Yeah.
We're the opposite. We have the artwork and the name, and we're looking at it, and we're kind of like, okay, what works for this? You know, like kind of writing backwards that way. And even when we track, we kind of do it backwards. Most bands, drums is the first thing they record. Drums are almost always the last thing we record. Yeah, because of the way our system works. And yeah, I like our system. It's super efficient for what we do.
It's extremely efficient. You know,
it's because we have such structured demos, though. You know?
Yeah.
So once you have the structured demo, your scratch tracks are so polished that you could do anything in any order you want. It just happens that drums usually take us the most planning and setup, so we typically do those last.
Oh yeah, it's the most mics. It's where do you want to put these preamps? You know, all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
A lot of times it's just me or just you, me and Rasan, or me and you or whatever. And this one usually takes a team of us for drums and stuff. But so far it's coming together. I'm happy with everything so far on album 2. I think we're up to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, our goal is 10. So we got at this time of recording, it's July 13th when we're recording this. This episode is going to come out July 14th tomorrow. So at this time, mid-July, it's interesting to be able to come back for posterity and look at this, that we are unsure of 4 of the 10 songs. So we'll be able to come back in a few months and be like, oh, those 4 that we have now, we didn't know then, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I have ideas. So I have a voice memos, which I call my riff library. My riff library.
Your riff library.
And I looked at it the other day, and it had 330-something entries in it. And not all of them are good for the LA, maybe. It's all sorts of stuff. So I went through all of them. Play, listen. Back to like 2018, I think. And I'm listening to every possible little riff I have. And I favorited all the ones that could possibly work for album 2. That came out to be 48. So that's 48 ideas there that we can kind of start working through. Some of them are like a group of ideas. Some of them are like, one of them was Good Times Roll, the new chorus. So like that's obviously already used. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this. We've been reworking some stuff. I showed you a couple new ideas here right before we started.
Yeah, and it's going to be amazing. Our first album was amazing. This is going to be amazing too. We don't like to short sell like anything.
So far, everything passes the chorus test too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Out of one of the 6 doesn't have any lyrics at all, and it's very. I haven't even showed you it yet. It's very like not done. It's just a collection of riffs. You know some of the riffs.
Yes.
But that has no lyrics, nothing. So that one doesn't count. But of the other 5, they passed the chorus test. So 50%. 50% there so far.
50. Yep. Solid 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fun. Last week I was tracking the acoustic stuff because I have my studio, and so you were
just emailing me the tracks, and I was just dropping them right there.
Just mailing tape.
And there was even one point where you were like, oh, listen to this part. I just want you to hear it. And you like held up the phone. I was like, no, just send it to me. And you sent me just the quick demo part, little section, and I dropped it in and played it. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's good. Now give me the real one, you know? So we're able to even just like little quick stuff like that. Just send a drop into the session. I'm looking at
4,000 miles away or something?
Yeah. And I have my in-ears in so I can hear everything nice and good. And yeah, it worked perfectly.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a pain in the ass though. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I live in the South, and I love fireworks as much as anyone else. I love, probably more. Honestly, I love putting firecrackers in anthills.
I've never really liked fireworks. Go back to you.
Hey, what's up? Let's get in the framing. What do you think? Yeah?
Oh, it was just that white plug that was bothering me, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Real-time framing. Anyway, yeah, fireworks.
Yeah, so fireworks.
It was 4th of July.
It was 4th of July.
Happy 4th, everyone.
Yeah, so we celebrated on the 3rd because all our neighbors got together. It was a Sunday. Some people had work on Monday. We did we smoked some pork butt, 12 hours, and my neighbor did, TJ.
I love butt.
Yeah, I do, dude, I eat so much ass, man.
Dude, when you put butt on the grill, dude, grilled butt.
Yeah.
All about some grilled butt.
Oh, man. He smoked some ribs. And
ribs are a little more Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, more Anthony Hopkins, yeah. I just love eating ass. So
I stick to the staples. Ass,
An ass.
Say it like it's going to be a list. I stick to the staples. Ass. That's it. Just one. There's an awkward pause. Where
and more
like,
ass.
Wait.
Nah, but man, it was a legit cookout. It was awesome. Everybody brought, stuff.
Nice. You guys went to cookout.
Yeah. Dude, their pulled pork.
Got the burger
pulled
tray.
pork ass sandwich is just so good.
Call it ass is so much more uncomfortable.
Dude, yeah, we were eating so much pork ass.
You smoking ass? What? God, I hate my neighbors. I smell ass.
Dude, I was smoking ass for 12 hours.
This guy's over here just literally just like, God damn it.
What's cool is TJ now
Honey,
listens.
we're going to move.
TJ now listens to the podcast, so he's probably going to listen to this one and be like,
he now
laughing.
listens to it? Or
he now listens to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. That's good news.
So, anyways, no, it was fun, and he's got 3 kids, and they're just a little bit older than my 3, and they
40 to 50.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And got to play. So that was the third.
I just got an image of like full adults sitting at the kids' table with like their knees like over their chest, like eating like.
Dude, adults dude, that sucks so bad. Like nailing your knees on kid shit.
Yeah.
Like you sit down and you're just like.
Or the old step on a Lego kind of thing.
Yeah, and Joe's definitely in a Lego phase now. He's 5.5.
That sucks. Legos are so expensive, dude.
And he's got his first loose tooth. Yeah, dude,
okay.
Legos are expensive unless you get them secondhand at.
What's the old trick
deals.
where they tie a string around the tooth and then you just punch him in the mouth? I wanted to get through it as hard as I couldn't get through it. Where he ties the string around the tooth to here, you tie it to the door, and then you just get a bat and just slam his teeth. Dude, he'll lose all of them. It's good. You don't want to waste time with them. Get loose, just knock them all out. Get it. Hey, been talking like this for a couple of days, but you can't really talk anyway.
Yeah. It really builds character and toughens them up and gets them ready for life.
Right.
Because a lot of times in life,
when the adult ones come in, you just take a bat to those bitches as well. Get them dentures, good for life. Not dentures. What's the is it implants?
Dental implants.
What are the ones? Veneers. I guess what they do there is I think they shave the tooth down into like this gross little point.
Oh, it's gross. I've
like
seen them.
Vampire
Yeah,
or
I've
something.
seen
And
them,
then they
dude.
just like put a cap on it.
Yeah.
So you have really nice, beautiful teeth, but if your veneers pop off, you look like a freaking. What's that?
I'm not going to say any names
what
about.
Is that?
What?
What's the? I'll remember it. He's a famous Nosferatu.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that reference is right, but that's the word I was thinking of.
Dude, yeah.
You don't want to name any names, but
yeah, maybe not. But I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand what they look like.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so I go to. There's a good shot of some.
Yeah.
Anyways, not the actual shave down tooth, but after the veneer had been put on, they look.
Those
great.
look good.
They look great.
They look perfect.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah. And I know you're saying it in the most humble way possible, but perfection is the best way of saying it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no other word.
So I go to start tracking on July 4th, and obviously everyone and their brother got fireworks around where I live. And their mother and their cousin. There's babies running around with fireworks. You know what I'm talking about?
They know more about it than the adults sometimes.
Yeah, dude.
They're like, Dad, step back, let me do it. It's like a 6-month-old waddling with his diaper, no shirt. Let me light this one, Dad. That's how deep his voice is. He's got armpit hair.
It's from all the Mountain Dew.
Yeah. I have to stop you and tell this story. I heard this on a podcast. This is this guy. He was a dad to a newborn, I guess. He was using testosterone gel. And I guess he was rubbing it, I don't know, on his chest or wherever you rub it. I don't know where you rub it. And the baby was, I guess, in contact with this gel. And the baby started showing signs of puberty at like 3. Started getting like armpit hair. Like,
oh shit, dude.
They said he was in like the 200th percentile for like weight and shit. He was just like a jacked pig. just going into first grade.
Getting
with
an erection the size of your forearm.
Just showing up looking like The Rock.
Could you imagine though, like your son walks down in the morning?
This kid like, that's not right.
Your son walks down in the morning in his PJs and just fucking pitching a tent like old man status.
Morning. Like, oh God.
What you staring at, Dad? Take a picture, it'll last longer. Where's my Wheaties?
You got the sports section. Just sitting down. That's an old reference. I don't think some people might not even get that anymore.
What, Wheaties?
Newspaper references?
What?
I remember growing up having
get
the newspaper and always asking for the sports section or the joke section or whatever.
Yeah, I remember going to Starbucks in the morning, like before like church and stuff when I was a kid. And we'd always get the Sunday paper with the funnies and
The
read
funnies,
those.
yeah.
Man.
That's funny. Yeah. How dumb are we? It's the funnies. Like
The Peanuts and
yeah. What was the one where she goes ack? You know the one?
Ack or Eek?
She goes ack.
I can't remember, dude. That's so long ago, man.
It is so long ago. And then we have phones now. Anyway, July 4th, fireworks, tracking, explosions, kids on puberty. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I was supposed to start tracking that night, and I did not get shit done because you just kept hearing explosions in the studio.
That's so annoying because you plot out the time. To do
I should have thought about it.
And you're just like, ugh.
I should have thought like
Yeah, that one
like,
maybe. Yeah, for sure.
But I was just like, oh, I'm doing this tonight. I'll do it tomorrow night. And I wasn't even thinking July 4th. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then I knew immediately that there's going to be the people who get too drunk on July 4th and forget that they stashed fireworks somewhere else. And then on July 5th. Yeah, exactly. So July 5th, I was able to start recording, but I had to like stop and like do retakes so many times because you listen back and hear.
It's kind of cool though. Yeah. Just tell people you're recording it in Afghanistan.
So anyways, I get some done and I move. It's the next day. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to get a lot done tonight. Thunderstorms until like I don't know. It was like 1:30 or something in the morning.
Jeez.
It literally started at 9 thunderstorms, and we kept getting storm systems through until like 1:30. And I had so many retakes that night too because I'd be going and then hear the thunder. I'm like, oh shit, that was probably loud enough. Go back and listen. Sure enough, you hear the acoustic and you hear the just thunder in the background.
Sessions.
Yeah, the Afghan sessions. And so anyways, I was like, okay, well, tomorrow night will probably be better. There were literally thunderstorms. And it's not uncommon in the summer in the South to get thunderstorms a lot.
Usually at like 4 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
They roll in like so heavy at 4 and they're gone by like 4:08.
Yeah, exactly. No, but these have been like nighttime ones that have, kind of lingered. And so I literally had, and then finally Saturday rolls around and I'm like, okay, cool. Casey was like, I'm taking the kids to my parents. You can get a lot of tracking done. And I was like, sweet, this is going to be great. And so she leaves, and literally an hour into tracking, I hear my neighbor's lawnmower. And I'm like...
That sucks because it's a pitch.
Yeah, I'm like...
I used to mow my dad's lawn, and I would practice singing harmonies with the lawnmower.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So like it would just be like... And I would be like... Just like practice singing like, can I do the minor third? Can I do the fifth? Can I do the flat fifth? All these different notes.
Great way of practicing intervals. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, so I was like, oh shit, okay. Anyways, I went in to go chill on the couch and fell asleep for like an hour and a half.
Nice.
And finally got done tracking that night or the following night, I forget. But anyways, got it done.
Well, it all sounds good. So what
all
are
sounds
some of the
excellent.
things you did different from like the normal way you'd play it?
Like different in excellence? It was all excellent.
No, like parts. Like how did you kind of change it up to accommodate an acoustic version? Yeah,
so to accommodate the acoustic version, you want to go, it's rock and roll, right? So we're doing acoustic versions, and even with our slower songs, there's still like a driving factor that you'd want to have with a drum kit. Well, with this kind of stuff, you really have to kind of pull back and think like, okay, does this section need to drive like that? Like you'd hear it in the original? And most of the times, no. Right. So you have to, and then also listening to the other guitar part, I think with acoustics, especially, it's so important to not play the same part
match
that's
pretty good.
The other player's playing. So like one thing I absolutely hate is hearing like an acoustic thing and you clearly hear two acoustic guitars playing the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. I already don't like that for most things, unless, you know, it's like a heavy riff that you want like emphasized. So, you know, I'm already listening to your kind of your part / guide track for the project, right?
Right.
It's like, okay, well, this needs an extra, you know, rhythm with not just lead being played. So what am I going to do rhythm wise? And oftentimes I'll hear you and you're kind of in the lower register and I'm like, okay, I'm going to come up a little bit higher, maybe an octave up, and try to attempt these chords an octave higher, you know, using different chord shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
Inversions are great. Because you start kind of it's the same chord, but it's voiced a little different because you're not starting on the root. You're starting on the third or the fifth. So,
yeah, it all ended up sounding good. Peace of Mind is very, very different. It's a completely new riff.
Yeah.
Which is a riff, little picky thing I came up with a long time ago. And I thought it would be a new song, but, actually labeled it in my thing when I found it. It was labeled as Gallows ? But it ended up being the Peace of Mind thing because it's the same chords, and it really didn't. I just thought one day I started singing Peace of Mind over that, and I was like, oh, that works nice. If we ever do an acoustic version of this song, I'll use this. And so that finally came up. So I ended up using that. That's kind of the main, like, kind of motif you'll hear.
Yeah.
And then the chorus, instead of being a dun, 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 that kind of fist pumping, it's like a boom.
Yeah, 140 BPM,
boom.
Just fish. Yeah.
God, that kind of like heads Bobby halftimeness now, which is kind of cool. Oh, Sugar's all good. That didn't change a tremendous amount. We sped it up a bit.
Yeah.
So it's a little faster for the acoustic version, which I think is kind of a fun dichotomy. And then there's like some Foz and I got some congas and shakers and all kinds of fun percussion in that. We finally used the rain stick. That's in Peace of Mind somewhere. But Oh Sugar, yeah, that one's solid. And then the brand new one is called The Long Road. And what you're going to hear is it's actually an acoustic version of that song. So you will hear the acoustic version before you actually hear the real version. So I think that's going to be kind of fun, actually.
It's going to be cool, especially because of the nature of the song, right? So it you know, it's kind of in the vein of When I'm Gone. It's a little more, you know.
It's kind of between When I'm Gone and Peace of Mind, would you say?
Yeah, I would. But I absolutely love that song. It is a special song.
When I dropped in your lead part, it just makes it totally so much better. Takes it to a new level with that little arpeggiated thing. And then the fourth acoustic song we're doing is When I'm Gone. And I wanted to name that stripped down mix instead of acoustic version because we took the original session and I wanted to just basically mute a bunch of stuff and just have a stripped down mix.
Yeah.
But that didn't end up working the way we wanted to. So it is going to end up being a full acoustic version. We're still taking a lot of those elements from the original one, but we have now re-recorded all the acoustic guitars, or basically recorded fresh acoustic guitars.
Yes.
And
because there is some baried acoustic in there.
There's some baried acoustics, but they're not meant to be a highlight. So they're not clean enough. They're not interesting enough. But I just did mine. You had done yours already, but I just did mine today for that. That was really fun. And then I did the solos for that today, and I did the solos for Peace of Mind today. So my hands are worn out.
Oh, yeah. I know how it is.
Having to come up with different ways to do certain licks and stuff while still being, close enough to the song, but different. And it was fun.
Yeah, I really had one thing that stood out to me with When I'm Gone is when we went to the solo section, I was like, oh, man. Like the chords that I normally play sound so good, up here, doing bar chords or power chords for the solo section on the electric. On the acoustic, it did not translate. I was like, oh, this is not going to.
I love When I'm Gone because you get to use the E minor 7, G, C, D, the cowboy chords that sound so good in every song.
Yes.
You get to use all those on the acoustic, which is really nice. So I was using those.
And to go back to, I was going to say something about The Long Road, and it just kind of slipped my mind. The Long Road with little recording trick in that one. Did you picked up that I used a high strung guitar on that one?
Yeah, I could tell it was something different. Yeah,
or Nashville tuning, as some people say.
Capoed up or something, but I couldn't tell exactly what it was. But yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah. So Nashville tuning is for those of you listening. Little trick where you...
That's funny because you're using Nashville and I'm capoed up playing a different shape. So the real part is not even in the song.
No, not even.
The real part of the song is not in the actual song at all. That's really
so
funny.
wild. Yeah. So, Nashville tuning or high strung, like a high strung guitar. You say high strung because you take all the high strings out of a 12 string pack and you put only the high ones on a 6 string
You should
acoustic.
explain what a 12 string is.
It's when you can count 12 of them instead of 6.
But what it is, it's not 12 unique strings, which when I heard the 12 string, I was like, that's a lot of strings. It's just 6 strings, but each string you have like your thick one and then you have a really thin one right next to it. So basically when
like
you pick,
when I stand next to you and our pants are off.
Yeah. So you so you pick once, you basically hit 2 strings. And the thinner one is an octave up from the other one until you get to the top 2 strings, and then they're just straight doubles. So you have 4 of your strings have an octave up and your top 2 have a double, so you have this really nice open big sound, and they're just super annoying to tune.
Yes. Now, something interesting happens when you actually separate those strings from a 12 string and you get 2 6 strings and you just put the high strung strings on the other and the regular on the other guitar. And then when you combine them too, because they weren't actually played at the exact same time, it gets a really cool double effect.
Right.
And then also sounds less like a 12 string and more like a unique
We
thing.
did that for Long Road.
Yes.
In the, not the acoustic version, the real version.
Yeah, the real version that'll come out, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, high strung, and it just fills out. It sounds so cool. It's such a cool trick.
Yeah.
I would really
That's a good
encourage
trick.
anyone
Yeah, I think that
who's
was
recording any acoustic stuff, check it out. Because it really does change the mix. And again, a really cool key with this is make sure that you hard pan your high strung from your regular, and you get that really cool effect.
For sure. So if you're following along, I've listed 4 so far. So what are the other 2? It's the original demo for Peace of Mind and She's Reckless.
Yes.
So when I say the original demo, it's the we labeled it a demo, but it's actually the version that was released off of the old EP we had once upon a time. So it's the original Peace of Mind and She's Reckless with Goliath singing from back in like 2018 or is the end of 2018.
Yeah.
So recorded over 2018, I think. So that's cool.
It's gonna be cool to put this out.
Yeah, because we kept having people that knew us before Dirty Damn Tricks ask us constantly, can I have the old version of Peace of Mind? Can I have, specifically Peace of Mind, can I have the old version of Peace of Mind, please? And that old version of Peace of Mind actually is in a video game. I think it's in Tony Stewart's All-American Racing.
I believe that's right.
It is, yeah. And then we have 4 songs from Dirty Damn Tricks in the SRX Racing. And then we are in the middle of having 4 songs. I think it's 4 songs again in another game. So that'll be cool. We'll have more information on that when it's actually solidified and stuff. But it's already been sent off and stuff. So it's happening. It's just, can't really announce the game yet. And I say all that to say that a lot of people wanted the Peace of Mind, and they actually really wanted the whole EP, but we're not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
So we just have our best foot forward, Peace of Mind and She's Reckless, and we will tack those on there. That was, again, our creative way of solving that problem, because we won't re-release the EP. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't ever make sense to go back.
True.
Like that,
Yeah,
You
back
gotta
in
go
time,
forward.
yeah. We got.
So this was our way of going forward, but kind of grabbing those 2 and bringing them with us, So if you were one of those people that was like, I want the old version of Peace of Mind, then you're going to need to get the Dirty Damn Tricks Deluxe edition.
Yeah. And you're just going to need to get it anyways because it's going to be amazing.
Also, as if this wasn't enough, for only $19.99. My voice is messed up. Woo! No, it doesn't. Whatever. Do whatever. I was kidding. But there's another component that I'm not going to spoil until the day it comes out that's going to be coming out as well. So that's all I'll say about that to pique your interest.
Yep, that's it.
Cool. Anyway, see you next time. Just kidding. We're doing great on time.
We're just chugging along here. Just
Tony
cruising.
Stewart, the Tiger, says they're great.
Dude, we got a lot of fans out of those video games though.
a lot of comments on YouTube being like, SRX brought me here, or Tony Stewart brought me here, or whatever. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
SRX
really
is fun
cool.
because you boot up the game, and we're the title track that plays when the game starts.
Yeah.
So that was, and we didn't know that. We just knew they used our music. We didn't know they put us as the title track. So you were over at my house, and we bought the game and downloaded it and booted it up, and then Mr. Danger starts right out of the gate, and we're just like, dude.
It was so cool
today, to date, Mr. Danger is our top Shazammed song. And I guarantee it's from that.
Wow.
Because it boots up, people are like, oh, this is really good. And they Shazam it right there while they're playing the game. Guaranteed. There's no other reason
they don't
you
say
would be
this is really
Shazamming
good. It's like, it's probably more like, oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Right.
Right.
I have to know this. Delete the game. I need this album.
Yeah.
You know?
But please don't do that because they're cool and they.
We had fun doing that race that night. We were racing around the track a few times. That's hard, though.
Yeah, it was pretty believable.
It got fun to be like, okay, let's see if we can beat our time, you know?
Yeah.
We'd have a fuck around lap and then like, all right, this is for real, go, you know? Dude, my voice.
Do you need some of my water?
I'm good.
I only have herpes.
Well, that's fine.
On my mouth.
That's also fun. I only have herpes. It's genital herpes, but that being said, I did put my dick in this drink. I just want to be forthright.
But just the tip, so I mean, it doesn't even count.
I put my dick in every drink. It's just part of what I do.
Everyone likes their own brand, you know. Quoting a kid's movie for the most foul,
I can't go to restaurants for obvious reasons. I'm just running around dipping dick.
Got banned from the cafeteria in high school.
It's a problem. Never grew out of it since I was 3. Had all that puberty gel.
Dude, what if that's that kid's like deep dark thing from all that puberty gel just fucks him up and he can't
the sad
drink
part is
liquid.
that kid is actually fucked up health wise, I think, or will be.
That's not
That's pretty
funny.
nuts.
I shouldn't be laughing.
There's components of it that are not funny, but the overall thing is fucking hilarious.
But if you're putting this stuff on you, why the hell, dude? This dad was probably thinking, I'm not going to tell my wife. I know that this is probably not good, but I want the best athlete ever. And he's just at night after putting his gel
really
on his chest.
That's really funny because you're probably true. Because I think he said he had no idea, of course, and all that. But you're probably right that he was like. Our little secret.
He's like, dude, he's going to be the best bodybuilder athlete.
He goes in to check on the baby at night. He's got a bench press in his crib.
Posters of Chuck Norris on the wall.
He's sitting there doing concentration curls, the kind where you're sitting there bent over with an 80-pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
Looking like Arnie.
Oh, man. That's wild. Yeah, so
what else is going on?
Crazy. That's so crazy, dude.
Isn't that crazy? I wish I had more details. I don't even know if it's true. I just heard it in a podcast.
Dude, it's probably it
was a reputable podcast.
If you can, dude, there's 7 billion people on the planet. If you can think something could have happened,
it's happened.
probably happened. Yeah,
it's happened. Definitely North Korean, but it's happened. I listened to this podcast with a lady that had escaped North Korea and made her way to the United States.
Yeonmi Park.
Yeah. And
she's awesome.
She's badass. It's really funny to listen to her talk. She's so awesome. But she was describing, I never thought about this, but it's, from what she's saying, it seems so accurate, that North Korea is literally the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Dude,
she said
for real.
There's districts and they all have nothing, but there's a capital and the capital has everything. And she was describing all this stuff. I was like, that's the Hunger Games. That's crazy.
Yeah, you have to take away all hope, everything.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And
that was a really nice podcast to listen to her.
To hear someone talk about and say
gorgeous
things.
Too.
Really beautiful.
It's unbelievable what she went through.
Yeah.
Man, you guys got to look her up. Yeonmi Park. I'm definitely not pronouncing that right. Park you can spell, but Yeonmi is Yeonmi.
Yeah. She escaped. She was sold into sex slavery in China. And was happy to have food. Isn't that crazy to think about? It's
they don't have food. They would have to eat bugs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cock for food and being fine with that. Because everything else was so shitty.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And then she comes here and hears a lot of the complaints. And she was saying, she's just like, what?
Right? Yeah.
It's
But she also said
perspective is nice.
she's so scared too for the U.S. because she's like, I see like certain indicators like going down that same route. Like, I think the biggest thing she said is when you have people who, when society starts to form a victim class and then give power to the victim class is what happens in every communist takeover. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty crazy what she's gone through. And
oppressed and oppressor. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one, though. Good podcast.
Dude.
Listen to another one. And it was a guy who is just like an adventure guy. Just does crazy stuff. He just bought a bike. He's English. Bought a bike and just like rode it to like India or something, like from Britain. Like it took him like 4 years on this journey and stuff. And one of his latest things is he was in a Russian prison, and he was talking about what that was like, and he was over there just adventuring, hiking Siberia, all kinds of stuff. And he got caught, and they thought he was a spy or something because of the Ukraine conflict was happening. And he was describing how that process went. He said it was pretty scary.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but is it Charles something? That's not helpful. Anyway, that was a cool podcast as well. Lots of cool things. I don't listen. This might surprise some of the listeners, unless you've talked to me for any length of time in person, but I don't listen to music really. I listen to pretty much only podcasts, which I kind of like it. Keeps music kind of more fresh to me, I guess.
Same. Yeah. I listen to a ton of podcasts.
Yeah. I like to listen to all kinds of podcasts.
I listen to music if I have enjoyment times of music, but then again, if I'm listening to music, it's to learn.
Yeah, I listen to music like on an academic level.
Things, yeah.
Like I'll listen to this band has a new album. Let's check it out. I'll listen top to bottom.
Yeah. And again,
sometimes things jump out to me, and I'll have new favorites that way. Yeah. And sometimes they don't, and I don't listen to it again. Well,
and that's how we kind of stumble upon our new favorite bands. A lot of people think, well, you don't even listen to music and you have a podcast. Well, we actually look for.
Yeah, we listen to music and it's hard to describe. We kind of know where to look and what to seek, and we'll go fishing and grab something and consume that.
Yeah,
but we're not just like we don't really passively listen to music. I guess we could say that.
I can't passively listen to music.
I can sometimes, but it almost has to be with like a goal.
It has to be classical music for me to passively listen. Yeah.
Nice. I fall asleep to that stuff pretty much every night.
Mm-hmm.
But lately I've been falling asleep to podcasts. I discovered the sleep timer.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I put it for 15 minutes, and if I'm still awake at the end of 15 minutes, I put it for another 15 minutes because I don't want to miss too much of it.
That's wild.
So
yeah. I've been listening to The Planets.
The Planets?
Yeah.
Oh, by Holst?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what George Lucas sent John Williams and said, this is what I want Star Wars to sound like. Do this. And it sounds exactly like Star Wars.
It's like freakishly exactly like. Yeah, but it's so cool. Like
there's a part of, I'm not intimately familiar with it, but there's a part of, I think
Jupiter's.
Yeah. Is that the part?
Fucking
you know
cool
the part
track.
I'm talking about? When you go to the YouTube for it, every comment is like timestamp that time. It's the da 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 that kind of thing. It's like just a really beautiful soaring strings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Yeah. The thing I love about it is okay. So atonal stuff is I can't really listen to atonal.
There's some crazy shit I could say.
But
it's nuts, dude.
But
Ligeti.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I like it when it's to me, The Planets is explorative enough and still musical enough. Like
The Planets is perfect. I love
yes.
it. It's perfect. And Mars is the other one that's just like brutal.
Dude,
the bringer of war. It has to be brutal. But Jupiter, I think is the one I'm thinking about, and it's about, if I remember, halfway to 2/3 of the way through. It kind of dips out of what it was doing, and this beautiful string section comes in. And it's just, classic soaring strings. Love that. But yeah, Ligeti, Schoenberg, his stuff is like...
I gotta check out Schoenberg.
And then there's John Cage. He has a song called... I forget the actual time, but it's just a time. 3:44, whatever. And it's just that long of silence. And the funniest thing you'll ever see is Google someone performing it.
Oh,
They come out in
really?
their fucking tuxedo, and they set it down, and they sit on the piano, and they just sit there. And this is the best part. They'll do this. Turn the page. So, like, they're clearly counting, which is actually kind of cool. Yeah. But it's also like, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's just one person can do that once, and it's cool. And then everything after that is like, don't do that. I think it's 4:33. I think it is. I don't know exactly.
4 minutes and 33 seconds.
I think that's what it is.
Gotcha.
If I get that right, though, I'm blown away because...
So when we were in the UK, Rasan knows a lot of classical composers, and I was kind of telling him what I wanted to hear. I wasn't able to find one that I'd known from a long time ago, and I was just like, I was really kind of like pissed off because I spent like 45 minutes digging through the internet trying to find this composer's name. And so Rasan was like, "Well, check out this guy," and I wonder if it's still in my search. If not,
do you remember his name still or no?
It was a Japanese guy, modern composer.
Oh, modern. Is it Nobuo Uematsu? He does all the Final Fantasy stuff, I think.
No, he does
That
other
might not
video
even be
game.
right.
He did a.
But that guy is super famous because of all that. Like, he's like the sound of Final Fantasy, which is known for its music.
That's awesome. No, it was a different one, and it was a really cool, like, I watched the live performance, and so one thing that, like, set him apart is not only did he have an entire orchestra, but he also had an entire choir section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was like...
Those are always awesome, and then I just think immediately, like, how expensive that is.
Oh, right? But it was... I mean, it was breathtaking. It was really cool to see that. I mean, I love rock and roll.
Choirs are so
to
powerful,
death.
though.
It is my favorite.
Even just when we did the six people for the gospel choir, that was just sitting in the room was like, oh, this is incredible.
Yes.
Like,
Dude, it was incredible from the bathtub 2 floors up.
Yeah. Which is where you always are when I'm recording. Yeah. Bathtub 2 floors up. There's not even 2 floors. You're just shoving a bathtub in an attic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's what I do, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is something magical about a choir. I cannot deny.
Yes.
I did. That was my start in music. My roots, like, in actual music.
See, I never did any of that.
Was
I wish
choir.
I did.
I did choir for, I don't know, 2-3 years.
I was only into rock guitar, and I couldn't find any place in school to let me play rock guitar. The only place I could find was jazz band. They had one electric guitar player, but I don't remember ever really looking into that. But I remember thinking, like, that's probably not for me.
Yeah.
So I just did music on my own. I never did anything. I took a music class in high school.
All Saints Mini Singers. It was a very prestigious choir program, like,
so awesome
for the area. But yeah, and, like, I remember my first, not my crush, but the first time someone had, like, a crazy crush on me. Her name was Catherine.
Me right now.
And wait, you were Catherine then?
Yes. I just pull off my face.
Dude, it's been so long.
It's 4 years or 6 years or however long of just tricking you.
So I forget how old I was. I wasn't, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years old when I did it.
Ew.
But
she was 41.
She was the director, okay? This is the first time I'm talking about it.
Her name was Miss Catherine. She was 29. I was so pumped. It's so funny that as wrong as it is, doesn't seem to get as much shame. For example, if, like, the 30-year-old teacher is fucking, like, the 17-year-old high school kids, like, no, don't do that. But, like, the kid's getting fist bumps. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's pretty crazy. Flip it, and it's horrible. Like,
oh, there was a teacher in high school where I would have never said anything if anything happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why ruin a good thing?
Yeah. I remember my...
But nothing ever did.
Gross.
But if it did,
it
didn't, because I'm not going to say it.
Fifth grade teacher was particularly attractive. I still remember that to this day. Fifth grade teacher.
Fifth grade teacher.
Yeah, that's how hot she
pretty
was.
specific.
At fifth grade, and I was like, wow, that's an attractive lady. Like,
yeah.
Probably wasn't into me because I was in fifth grade. You know what's funny? Looking back, to me, she could have been 48 years old, but looking back, she was probably like 22. Like,
that's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
No.
That's so crazy. To me, she was ancient, just like an adult. All adults are just old when you're a kid, But then you think back, and you're like, well, she's probably just out of school. Like, she couldn't have been, she definitely wasn't over 25. you know?
Yeah, she was still pretty green.
Yeah. She was still pretty green. Not as green as old Dallas, though. I was fucking Hulk.
Oh, shit. Well, what were we talking about?
We were talking about Holst.
Oh, yeah, Holst. But
Japanese composer, and then choir, and then Catherine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, she was obsessed with me. So, we always had, before we were broken up into groups for what the parts that we were singing. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of that, we'd get together with all the choir instructors and the entire choir.
And that's when you're like, oh, this sounds good.
Yeah. And everyone would sing their parts together.
So awesome.
And so us being the mini singers, we were down front. And, if we weren't singing, we sat down. And
she sat down.
She would always sit down right next to me and like try to grab my hand and hold my hand.
That's cute.
And so after dismissal, the parents would kind of be out in this like courtyard area of the church. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty big church, and a really big church actually. And all the kids would play and stuff while the parents got them. And she'd always like try to take me behind the bushes and stuff.
You were 9?
Yeah, dude. She like tried to kiss me behind the bushes. I'm like, why are you trying to kiss me? Like at 9 years old.
9 years old. 9-year-olds.
Dude, she like when I say she was obsessed, dude, she was obsessed.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to marry me and stuff. Yeah.
That's common. Yeah. That's common for like a 6-year-old to be like, let's get married. They have no idea what they're saying.
So, anyways, that was wild. And to this day, so one of my best buds.
Wait, okay. So this is super
I don't know her
important
anymore.
How does she spell Catherine?
I can't even remember. Dude, I was a kid. I didn't ask her, like, how do you spell your
name,
name, Catherine?
Yeah, you probably didn't even know the letters, huh?
Yeah, my first actual girlfriend. Her name was Catherine, though.
You didn't learn the letters until you were, what, 17?
I say actual, and 8th grade's not, like, really real, but it was the first time I asked a chick out.
Okay.
And her name was Catherine with a K.
For me. Mine was, I don't know what to consider my first girlfriend. Would it be just the person you kissed first?
Probably the person you first like asked out, like knowing that you wanted to like date this person.
Michelle. Yeah, that would have been. Is that right? How old was I? 7th grade? Had to have been 7th grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 8th grade, a girl named Sydney, and we actually like went to the movies and like dated and stuff, kind of.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this chick, Catherine. So I grew up. This is a hilarious story. I grew up in a really religious. And this is probably our last story before we go to our
Viper time.
Our Viper time. So I grew up in a really religious household, and like in my household, Mormons, not good. I love Mormons, by the way. I had so many Mormon friends,
hate 'em.
but
just kidding.
I wasn't.
By the way,
I wasn't not supposed to hang out with them. It's just that their religion was bad. Right.
Okay, of
Demonic,
course.
like, because it's not, I don't know, whatever. I just grew up hearing that.
Though? Were you Catholic?
No, just like non-denominational, I guess.
And you thought they were the devil?
I was told to think
that sounds like a Catholic thing.
I was told to think not the devil, but like that their religion based on Christianity isn't actually Christianity, and they're like misguided, and and it's bad. Right.
It's interesting to think about. Most of the reasons, like so much of religion, it seems, is based I guess not technically, but the way it manifests itself into humanity, it seems like it's based so much on like, I'm really concerned with what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
Who cares,
dude? As I've grown up, I'm like, that's all BS. Like
who cares,
I know
dude?
Great Mormons. Like, this is not.
No, well, okay. There's this great saying that has now become one of my favorites. All people are different people.
True.
There is no, the left's bad, the right's bad, the gay, straight, black, white. All people are different people.
Yeah.
So you can't have those kind of, judginess.
Well, you can judge, but it doesn't make you right.
Sure. Yeah, you can judge. You might be right and you might be wrong. But
or depending on where you do it and how you do it, there could be social repercussions, right?
Yeah.
I think judging is a preservation
it happens
type
whether
thing.
You want it to or not.
Yeah, exactly. I think originally it started as like judging how hot water is so you don't burn the shit out of your fucking
Are those
self.
stripes moving through the leaves a tiger?
Yeah, right.
Because they could kill our whole camp.
And they don't look like me,
Yeah.
and they'll kill us, right? I think there's a survival preservation thing to judgment,
for sure.
but to be able to keep it in check,
It's equally annoying to deny that and be
Yeah.
like, you should never judge anyone ever. It's like, well,
Yeah.
that's kind of like in my brain.
it's like I love hanging out with meth heads. I mean, I woke up with a needle in my ass a couple days ago, and I don't do it, but
Yeah.
they're really good people.
Really great people. Love meth heads. Some of my favorite people in the world. Not a lot of teeth to go around.
So, I think in reality to say that you should judge who you want to hang out with, maybe not to their face, but make a mental judgment of like, are these the kind of people who are going to that I can be around, that are going to lift me up and help build me up, and I can do the same thing, or are these going to be people who tear me down? Like I'm not opposed to judging, but I'm opposed to
I think there's a healthy
hatred.
way, you know?
Exactly. I'm opposed to hatred. I'm opposed to.
I think judging is neither good nor bad. It's
Yeah.
just a judgment call. You know?
Yeah, I think it's when there's actions taken towards, folks who've never deserved anything,
Right.
right? So, anyways, to get back to the story, I was raised like, I wasn't told to hate.
I wasn't told to hate Mormons. I was
Yeah.
just given a machine gun, and they turned me around and pushed me in that direction. And whatever happened, happened. I wasn't told to kill them all, but
Yeah. It's like,
give me a cliffhanger here so we can go leave the meat for the Vipers.
okay. So cliffhanger, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna like wrap it up with the Vipers.
Yes.
Okay, so
Tee it
I
up.
asked this girl
and then
out
fade to black.
on a piece of paper.
What was this girl's name? This is Catherine. again?
Catherine, yeah.
This is the real.
This is the actual Catherine, not
probably
the
spelled with a Y and a K
K
and a Y.
Katherine.
Oh, see, that's a weird one. Okay.
Yes. So I, asked her out, on the piece of paper, and she said yeah, and all that kind of stuff. And so we were dating for like, and I say dating, it's 8th grade dating, like
Right.
holding hands in the hallway, like she's my girlfriend,
Right. Just hard butt fuck. Yeah. Just the normal. Yeah. Just normal dating stuff. Gotcha. I'm on board.
So, anyways,
Pregnant by midnight.
Pregnant by Midnight.
That's a new
great
band
name.
Wow. How are we gonna remember this? I'll put it on a note.
Pregnant by Midnight. No, dude, I'll
You
just
have
put it
yours?
in my phone. Yeah, I'll just
Okay,
put it in
I'll
my
put
phone.
It here too.
Yeah, so anyways, after about a week or so, maybe more, we were talking over the weekend. She said, yeah, I got to go to temple. I'm like, temple?
Oh, you're dating the enemy.
And then she was like, yeah, I'm a Mormon. And then I was like, I thought you said you were a Christian. She's like, I am. I was like, oh, okay. And
Let's get a beer.
Let's fade to black. Fade to black. Find out the rest of the story for the Vipers.
Let's fire the blur.
You ready to fade to black and fire the bear? You ready to fire the bear?
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us. We will,
let me cut to you so that you can,
Yeah, we'll finish this up. Finish up with the Vipers, and thank you guys so much. If you want access to the uncut episodes and stories like this, head over to lamaybe.com/VIP, and we'll see you there.
Deuces. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching the latest episode of your new favorite band. This is the end of the free content.
But if you want to unlock the full uncut versions of every episode, head over to lamaybe.com/VIP and sign up for our membership. For $7 a month, you'll get extended episodes of our podcast, a bonus episode every month, plus exclusive merch. You'll also be supporting us and helping us continue to stay on the road and make new music. And for that, we're eternally grateful. So thank you.